The love list and the curiosity list. And we will begin with talking about the love list. So, the objective of this love list is, first of all, to help you permanently increase the amount of happiness that you experience in your life. Happiness being the experience of a positive emotion. And what that positive emotion is entirely up to you. The other objectives of creating this list is, first of all, it helps you to get to know who you are, what it is that you love, what lights you up, what brings you joy. And it also helps you to connect to and become familiar with those feelings, helping you to follow the feelings of your intuition, follow the feelings of what lights you up, following the feelings of what brings you joy and happiness. So there's multiple objectives to this list. So I've given you a love list template. Download and print that love list so that you can start to write a list of 20 things that you love. Now, these 20 things might be 20 things that you love to do, or it might include things that do bring you those feelings of love, joy, and awe, or whatever positive emotion it is that you are wanting to experience. For example, you know that on my list, I'm going to have early mornings, probably dark chocolate. I'm going to have Muay Thai on there. I'm going to have hiking in nature. List all the things that you love. One of the ways that we can elevate our happiness levels is by purposely injecting our days and our environments with positivity. It's called priming yourself. So once you've identified this list of all the things that you love, make a commitment to bring these things into your daily experience more often. Now, you might choose to do one of those things every single day. You might choose to try and bring in 3 of those things every single day, but you want to be experiencing at least one daily. And then when you do this, this starts to permanently elevate your happiness levels because you are regularly priming yourself for positivity. Now, what happens if you can't get to 20? Well, don't worry, because many people can't. And all this means is that the boundaries of who you are and where someone else's ideas or society's expectations, the boundaries between those two things have become a little bit merged. You don't know where you start and stop anymore. Maybe you've dedicated yourself to your family for a long time, and therefore everything that they love to do and to be is merged in with who you are. Maybe you have worked in a corporation for a long time and you found that you have become a product of what it is that they want you to be, rather than being able to express yourself as who you want to be. These are just some examples as to how and why we might lose sight of our boundaries on who we are and what we love and how we want to show up in the world. So if you can't get to 20, there's a chance that something like this has happened. And this happens to many people. So what do you need to do if you can't get to 20? So that's when the curiosity list comes in. Now, the curiosity list, what do we do with this? The purpose of this is to start to expand and to explore who we are as an individual, about what we like and what we love. So you're going to be asking yourself questions such as, what are those things that I've always wanted to do, but I've never allowed myself to do? Or if I had a day off or a week off and money was no obstacle, what would I do with my time? Or maybe when I see George doing XYZ, I get really jealous. I'd love to try to do that. Put it on the curiosity list. All of those things that you are curious about, that you have an urge to do, that you've wanted to do for a long time, all of those things that you haven't done for whatever reason, but would like to try. And then from this curiosity list, you then make the commitment. How can you start to make your way through these things to allow yourself to experience them, to see if it's something that you like or love or don't? And if you do, maybe you want to shift this onto your love list. And this helps to expand our love list. And it helps us, again, to get to know who we are and what we love. And by working your way through the curiosity list, you also get to connect to those feelings and understand how those feelings work around what brings you joy. So making the commitment to work your way through the curiosity list. Maybe you choose to do one of those things a week. Maybe you choose to do one of those things a month. Or maybe you choose to do one of the easy things a week, but one of the more expensive or bigger things every month or every 3 months. It's entirely up to you, but make that commitment. So as I said, the love list helps us to take a moment to think about who we are, what we love, what lights us up, what brings us joy, and to make a commitment to bring more of that into our life so that we can experience more happiness on a regular basis. And then the curiosity list helps us to expand our experience of ourselves so that we can understand what we like and what we don't like. And then maybe we bring some of those things into our lives on a more regular basis. And the purpose of the two combined is to help us get to know ourselves and to permanently increase happiness, because then we can start to dream big. And don't leave it there. I've got 2 extra challenges for you. Number 1, look at your love list again. Challenge yourself by asking the question, are there things that you know you love to do that are not on the list, and you haven't put them on the list because you know you don't allow yourself to do them? So the first challenge is look at your love list again and ask yourself the question, are there things that you've not put on this list that you know you love? And then the second challenge, or it's not really a challenge, it's more the second thing that you should commit to yourself is to look at these lists regularly. So looking at your love list maybe once a month to make sure that it's still accurate, or if maybe there's some other things that you need to add on there, and looking at your curiosity list regularly and looking at your curiosity list on a regular basis as well, to start ticking those things off and to continue ticking those things off, but also to continuously keep adding things on as and when the ideas, the urges, the desires come up. So have fun with creating your love and curiosity lists. Put a note in the diary to take a look at them often and really start to use them as a way of connecting to yourself, expressing yourself out into the world in the way that brings you joy, and ultimately getting to know yourself better and experiencing more happiness.